Hey, what's up everybody? It's your good friend Airsoftman819 here again with yet another Boombox review. Today's Boombox review is going to be on the incredibly tiny Sony model CFS-6. I'm honestly really excited to have one of these to do a video on, just due to the fact that they're so uncommon and so hard to find, especially in working condition. This is actually one of the smallest boom boxes ever made with a cassette deck built in, and you can see just by the size of my hand in comparison, this is a very small boom box. It only weighs a couple pounds. It's incredibly thin. I mean, I can literally, if I can get it at the right angle, palm this thing. You can see I'm just palming it. That's how small of a machine this thing really is. So small, I'm afraid I'm going to drop it. Definitely one of the smallest boom boxes ever made with a cassette deck anyways. I'm sure there are probably boom boxes made that were technically smaller and lighter, but they more than likely did not have a cassette deck in them like this does. And this one is circa 1982, and I think they began production in 1981 and were sold until 1983, but the information that I have is sparse. But despite its diminutive size, this thing is a fully featured boombox. So it runs on 4C batteries that go in the back here. There's the back information. This is an actual Sony, also made in Japan. This is no foreign knockoff of a Sony. This is an actual Sony from back in the day. Not very easy to take apart and work on. You can see all the disassembly screws in the back are marked with arrows, which there's a whole lot of them for one thing. But things just get crazy once you start trying to pull this thing apart, just because of how small and then shrunken down everything is in here. It makes it very hard to work on, and there's a bunch of small, delicate plastic gears and pieces that are in the cassette mechanism, the cassette transport, which makes the cassette part of this boombox prone to failure, and part of this one actually has failed, but luckily it's just the fast forward and the rewind. Unfortunately, those do not work. There's a little plastic connecting piece that when you would press the button would engage a rubber wheel, which would engage the fast forward and rewind, and that little plastic arm is broken off, and I haven't found anything suitable as a replacement as of yet, so it's continuing to function without fast forward and rewind, which for me is not a big deal. Play still works, obviously, record, stop, pause, everything works but fast forward and rewind, so I mostly just use this for listening. Obviously, you can record on this. Surprisingly, this thing has a good amount of features for being so small. It has dual microphones on the front for stereo voice recording. You tilt it to the side here, you have a port for a mixing mic, a port for a stereo microphone, a headphone port, and your AC power. Well, in this case, it's DC, using an AC adapter because this doesn't have an AC transformer built in. It's just too small. Come over here, nothing over on that side. So yeah, those ports on the side are pretty much all you get. Fold the handle down, we'll look at the switches. So you have your tuning knob here, obviously for tuning in your radio stations. You have the switch between FM stereo, mono FM, or AM bands. You have your tape and radio selection here, which I'm going to do that. I need to turn this down. But there's your radio. Obviously, when you have it in tape mode, it is also turning off the radio. So you have your stop, eject, pause, play. Obviously, you have two LEDs down here. One indicates when the machine is on, and the other indicates when you have an FM station tuned in. Over here you have a balance knob, which is pretty incredible that it has both of these, considering its size. Most boomboxes of this size only have a tone knob or a balance knob. They usually don't have both, but this has a balance and a tone knob, even though they're incredibly small. You can see here I'm just having to pinch them with my fingers to turn them because of how small this thing is. It's like a Walkman with 2 speakers hooked to it, honestly. This biggest knob here is your volume. It used to say volume down here, but it must have gotten worn off. You have your loudness on and off switch. That's for the radio. You press it in, it makes it a little louder, but your battery life goes down, or you press it again and it comes up and it dampens the sound a little bit and saves your battery. You have your antenna on top, which is clipped in pretty tightly. I can't pull it out all the way. The machine is so small that if I grab it and try to pull the antenna out, it just slides the whole thing. So I would pull the whole antenna out, but this thing is so small I just can't do that. Okay, so very interesting little machine. Very rare and uncommon, and even more uncommon in working condition, because most of the ones you find do not work because of just how small and delicate these are. So we're going to demonstrate it with a cassette tape first, and maybe we'll listen to the radio. This is Beethoven, by the way. Gets pretty loud for its size. It's only about 5 watts, so you're not going to get a whole lot of noise from it, but not too bad. Pause obviously works. Turn this down, flip this over to the radio.
Expertise. They're painting the railings on our balconies, along with 4 rooms. CertaPro Painters knows how important your home is to you and your family. That's why you can trust the quality painting you'll get with CertaPro Painters. If you're a business owner or manager, hey, CertaPro Painters also handle commercial jobs. Now,
I'll switch right back to tape. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this short video demonstration of the tiny and very rare Sony model CFS-6. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for more content on the Airsoft Main 819 channel. I'll see you later.